We go to Das Beck's Barrel now, where Blair McTague stands by with Jimmy Gymnaps. What's that Blair's got with him, Jimmy? Well, it's the Champions Trophy of the DVP Master League. How do you feel about holding that, Blair?
Oh, feel like it's oh, it's fair Mertesacker there, just passing over, brilliant. Excellent, you know, it's only my second season at gym in Beershot, and we were a wee bit disappointed not get anything yet last year, but I feel the boys just done it tremendous this season, and for the majority of it done exactly what I asked them.
Let's speak about today's game. Of course, you had to win today. I'm sure you probably heard the score coming through from Maniac Manor. Did you hear at what point were you aware of what was going on over there?
We tried not to broadcast around the stadium, but you know what it's like with people on their personal radios
Technology.
and phones, and so it was almost impossible for us not to hear what was going on, and it got a little bit hostile. I'm pretty sure Odds, correct me if I'm wrong, scored quite early. Because we never scored for just towards the end of the first half. Sorry, it was getting a wee bit hostile in Das Beck's Barrel, but I felt our boys were on top. 90% of the game, and apart from a wee glitch at the end of the first half and start of the second half, I was very confident going into it.
So you started well. Of course, you had a few shots flying wide. Did you think at any point it wouldn't be your day? Of course, it took you 35 minutes usually. You're on the score sheet by then, going by your previous performances this season.
No, I never ever thought today that it wasn't going to be a day. Purely and utterly because the boys knew what they had to do was one last game. Of course we've got the European Cup final coming up, but one last game, and it's just the thought of throwing it away at the end, it was enough for the players to go on and spur themselves on. The way they were playing as well, and defence as well, defending was top notch by the guys, and I just really couldn't ask any more for the guys today.
Definitely an excellent performance. What do you make of, or what were your emotions the beginning of the second half? Of course, Molde by far on top for a short period. Of course, hitting the upright, and Van Persie missing a sitter somewhat uncharacteristically.
Definitely, yeah. They came out. There must have been some strong words by the manager in the dressing room. Obviously they need. They would have heard the odd score as well, but they still needed to finish above Almanac to guarantee that European place next year. Yeah. So they had a lot to play for today as well. So they came out firing, and it was a wee bit nervous. Van Persie again. I don't know, very big game for him. Coming up to this league, but it's not seemed to scare him or bother him before. I don't know if it's just a miscue or again our defenders were doing really well, just closing people down all the time. So Per was in his face, and they just seemed not to take the chance, which we were just quite glad to.
Well, you scored that second goal, and that of course secured your first piece of silverware here. Is this crop of players, does that prove that they're the best in the Master League and perhaps in Europe at the moment?
Well, I would say it does. It's certainly in the Master League just now, as that's the season finished and we're on top. Not by much, and not by as much as we would have liked it to be. Did we slip up against Atlas? But yeah, I mean the guys have all performed terrifically well this season, and really with one loss and a couple of draws, there's really not much more than we could ask for.
There's speculation over Didier Drogba's future should they have finished bottom after their loss today to a dense bowl club, and if they were to lose against Malmo, who they'll be playing in the playoff, there's speculation that links this club with Didier. Is that something you're aware of, or that came from yourself, Blair?
I wouldn't say it's come from myself. I've always been a great admirer of Didier Drogba's footballing ability. He's big, he's strong, he's got a good finish, and of course, the best thing about him is he's not selfish as a striker. We do have two terrific strikers here, and as you've seen with today, matched their goal for goal, really. He'd have to do extremely well to get into the team, but if they do go down and he's going cheap, then I'm not going to rule out a move for him, no. Yeah. But it's nothing that we're looking at the moment. We need to concentrate on the European Cup final, and then, as you know, not a lot moves get made until after World Cup's over. So we'll certainly be there and watching and have a nice wee relaxing holiday at the same time.
Would Drogba be a replacement for Ronaldo? We hear that the European Cup final is going to be his last game after a short spell at German Beershot.
I don't know wherever you've heard that. You know, right winger, starting player. You know, it's had a terrific game today as well.
Yeah.
You know, papers making things up all the time. Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the best players in the world. So you know, he's at the best team in the world at the moment, and we intend to keep him here.
You did spend a lot of money on Mesut Ozil, and he's not started. Perhaps he'd be coming in if Ronaldo was to move on, Blair.
Well, Ozil has started a couple of games. He's played in all our European Cup run, and he's played in the Cup until we got put out of the Cuddling Up Cup. He's played terrifically well, come on against a good few teams and scored a goal as well. So you know, Ozil was bought as a squad player. You know, he's a very important player to us, and depending on how he performs World Cup and starting next season, yeah, he could be a starter. But that goes for the rest of the players in the team. There's not one place is set in stone. So if people can show me they can step up, then there's a possibility for everybody, even in the reserves.
Well, I'll stop pestering you. We'll move on to the European Cup final, of course, playing against Almanacin, who you've beaten twice. Once comfortably, once perhaps some may say undeservedly, but of course you did come out on top. What do you expect from Almanacin, and what are you going to be taking into that game, Blair?
I expect Almanacin to come out no holds barred, but as will we. We're going to take in the momentum that we've had coming in from the last few games of the season. You know, 2 clean sheets against Molde Club and against Molde. You know, two terrific sides and with very good attacking players. We need to come in with that, and we need to defend terrifically well against the top goal scorer in the league, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who's had a terrific season. I think if we can shut him down and keep Messi quiet, you know, they have other good players, but I think if we do that, then we've got the ability to hold the ball in the midfield and play it up to our front two and create some goals.
What's going to be? Have you got ideas for your starting lineup? Of course, the match is only a few days away.
We've got ideas, but again, the guys will they'll have tonight off, and then a couple of days of training as well. So you know, we're trying to establish who's going to be playing, but I wouldn't rule out seeing Mesut Ozil in the starting lineup then.
If just a hypothetical question, we'll leave it after this, but I'll let you get off and celebrate. The boys getting a bit rowdy over there.
Yeah.
If you were to, of course, win the double, would that put you under pressure from either the board or fans to go and strengthen your squad with the likes of, I'll mention them again, Didier Drogba or other players from around the world?
I would say no. You know, the board have been very good at backing us with the financial, the finances that they've given me to spend. I feel I've spent the money wisely, and you know, I don't think strengthening the squad would be a nice way to put it for the players that are in here at the moment, because it surely proves that we have one of the strongest squad in the Master League at the moment, for to finish on top. And you know, if we do come out with a win then against Almanacin, then the strongest team in Europe. So if we manage to win that, then I don't see any need. But you know, you can never ever rule in ins and outs. Player, you know, it's money, wages, you know, things like that. It's all relative. So we need to take into consideration the way that the club's moving forward.
All right, Blair. Well, excellent performance today, and it summed up a fantastic season for yourself and the club. So from myself and all the team, congratulations again, and we look forward to seeing you at the European Cup final.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Cheers.